The purpose of this screencast is to walk you through the process of creating your personal portfolio and transferring content from the leading edge certification course Haiku into your own personal haiku class that will serve as your portfolio. The first thing you want to do is come up to My Classes, and you can, if your portfolio class is not listed in the active classes, jump to active classes, inactive classes, and find the portfolio that we created during the face-to-face. Once you've opened your portfolio template, I want you to make sure that it is a public-facing course so the Leading Edge Alliance has access to it to grade. So click on Manage Class, Class Settings, and then down here, make sure this says class will be visible to anyone on the web. If it is any of these other choices, please make sure it says anyone on the web. Once you have created that, click on Save. Now you have your public-facing portfolio, and I want to show you how to transfer content from our class into this portfolio. So make sure you have your portfolio open in one tab and in another have our course window open. I'm going to show you an example in Module 2. I'm going to transfer over a project from our class. I'm going to come down here. I'll just choose Danielle's. I'm going to view the wiki site, which you will do for yourself. And then what you want to do is you want to transfer over both your description and the actual Venn diagram. So you'll go up here to this little settings wheel, and you don't want to move. You want to copy because you want to keep this in our course. So you're going to click on Copy, and then click Find Our Class. You're not going to transfer into the class, so you're going to find your own portfolio. And then I want to transfer this onto Module 2, Online Blended versus Face-to-Face Venn Diagram. And then here you can see it shows you a picture of where you can place it. I'm going to place it right at the top of the portfolio page. Click on Next. And this is the only place I want it. If you were copying this to several different locations, you could add several right here. But for this portfolio, we're going to put it in one place. So now it tells me that it's copied this content block only. I'm going to do the same thing for the actual Venn diagram. Search class. I'm going to find my portfolio. I'm going to find the blended page, Mod 2. And now I'm going to place a Venn diagram underneath my description. I'm going to click on Next and copy that over. And I can see here that Danielle has an additional content block. I'm going to take this, I'm going to copy it, find my portfolio, find the page, and Danielle had it up here. I'm going to do the same thing, but I may want to change that in my portfolio to make it look a little neater. I'm going to copy it over. And now let's go look at the portfolio and see what we've done. Click here. I'm going to refresh. I'm going to go to Mod 2, click on Mod 2, and there are my content blocks right there. Now you can see that this was just a placeholder. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to get rid of the placeholder. and there I see my content. Now this is, you can see where this Venn diagram is cut off. There are a couple ways we can do that. The easiest way would be to drag over this description, come up to Manage Page, change the page layout to one column, and now we can see that the Venn diagram fits on the page. See how I can take this little arrow and drop it and make it bigger from top to bottom? That's what I would recommend you do. Now I wanted to point out some resources that you have in our course. I'm going to go back to Pages, and on the How to Earn Leading Edge Certification page on the left, you have several examples of portfolios that are completed. Now, just a word of caution, these portfolios are either in Google Sites or Weebly, but they're really good examples. One of the things I wanted to show you in Mary Krause's, or my portfolio, was if we look at Module 2, I did an introduction. So if you look at the rubric, the look and feel and the aesthetics are important in this portfolio. You don't have to, but I included the learning objectives for all of my modules. I put the directions in so anyone looking at my portfolio would know what this page means. And I put my reflection in, which is a requirement. One of the things that I felt was helpful is I updated my original reflection because after 10 weeks of learning, I had more input based on my original reflection. So if you want to add an update to your original reflection, that would definitely be above and beyond and lend to the credibility or the impact of your portfolio. So you will do this copy paste process for all of your modules, including your portfolio 8.2 or the point 2 assignment and the point 3 assignment, your reflection. So for each of your pages for all of these modules, you will have a point 2, which was the Venn diagram in this module, and then you'll bring over your point 3 reflection. So if I go back to the 2.3 and find Danielle's 2.3, you're going to do the same process where you copy it, find the course, which is of course the portfolio, find the page, and I'm going to put it at the bottom because it's the reflection. Let's go back, refresh the page, and now you can see all of the assignments required for the portfolio are here. The only thing I would do personally is I would update it's not required, but I would update the reflection at this point. The last thing that you want to do is look at the home page, and this is where you will put content from your All About Me, information about yourself, make it look nice, maybe add, if you did a slideshow of yourself, definitely add a picture, minimally. I believe that's in the directions. The next thing you want to do is add a resume or a vita on this page. And although it's optional, I would highly recommend you do it because in the future you'll be using this portfolio as a showcase of your work for either a potential employer, or maybe you want to apply for a consulting job in addition to your current position, and this portfolio will hold information about you. Okay, the last thing you want to do is go over here to manage class, and at the bottom it'll say make active. Click on make active. Make sure it says forever because you're going to want the Leading Edge Alliance and your instructors to be able to see this. Also double check to make sure it says anyone on the web and click save. Okay, I think that's it. I know this has been quite a lengthy screencast, but it should cover all you need to know about creating your portfolio. Good luck!